At 8:30, he says he was headed to level B4 in Tower 1, 4 stories below ground.
I go downstairs, the foreman tells me to go to remove the containers. As I'm walking by the main freight car of the building, in the corridor, that's when I got blown. I mean, the impact of the explosion, of whatever happened, it threw me to the floor, and that's when everything started happening. I know of people that got killed in the basement. I know of people that got broken legs in the basement. People that got reconstructive surgery because the walls hit them in the face. And I know I love seeing everybody every day that survived it and was there.
What happened was I was down in the basement. All of a sudden we heard a loud bang, and the elevator doors blew open. Some guy was burnt up, so I dragged him out. His skin was all hanging off. So I dragged him out and I pulled him out of the parking lot. This was the road left on it.
It was just total chaos, and the bottom of our building was blown out.
Let's let our audience know the information. Tell, what is it in your story that challenges the 9/11 events?
I worked in the building for 20 years. I was the person in charge of all the stairwells in the building. I have the only master key that opened all the doors in the building, and I went floor by floor opening the doors. On 9/11 and 8/46, I was at the basement of the North Tower, the first tower to be impacted, the second one to fall. While I was there, a second or two before the plane hit, there was a huge explosion on the sub-level B2 to sub-level B3.
So there was an explosion from below you?
Correct. And that was, a second or two before the
impact. But it was clear and it was distinct that this explosion was before the plane hit the top of the building?
Definitely. As a matter of fact, it was so hard that I thought it was an electrical generator that just blew up on the sub-levels. Because the support of the building in terms of electrical pumps and generators was located by the mechanical room on that floor. And when I went to verbalize it, we heard the impact of the plane very far away coming from the top. So there was a big difference of something coming from the top and something coming from the basement. I mean, I worked there for 20 years. I could tell the difference of one thing coming from each side.
I was about 5 blocks away when I heard explosions, 3 thuds, and turned around to see the building we just got out of, antenna tip over and fall in on itself.
And then all of a sudden it started like it sounded like gunfire, bang, 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 and then all of a sudden 3 big explosions.
To reopen tomorrow. Bellevue Hospital Medical Director, quote, "This is a catastrophe of unparalleled proportions," unquote. And the reason it is a result of what you're seeing on videotape. First one of the World Trade Center towers collapsed. Yes, collapsed. It looks like one of those scenes of an old building being, purposely dynamited and blown up.
We've heard reports of secondary explosions after the aircraft impacted, whether in fact there wasn't something else at the base of the towers that in fact were the coup de grace to bring them to the ground.
Can you tell us what has just happened?
Yes, Peter, it's Don Diller down here. I'm 4 blocks north of the World Trade Center. The second building that was hit by the plane has just completely collapsed. The entire building has just collapsed, as if a demolition team set off. When you see the old demolitions of these old buildings, it pulled it down on itself, and it is not there anymore.
That should be it.
It has completely collapsed.
The whole side has collapsed?
The whole building has collapsed.
The whole building has collapsed?
The building has collapsed.
That's the If you wish to bring anybody who's ever watched a building being demolished on purpose knows that if you're going to do this, you have to get at the under infrastructure of a building and bring it down.
Again, what you're seeing are high shots. Now, here we're going to show you a videotape of the collapse itself. Describe that. Now we go to videotape the collapse of this building. It's amazing. Amazing, incredible, pick your word. For the third time today, it's reminiscent of those pictures we've all seen too much on television before when a building was deliberately destroyed by well-placed dynamite to knock it down.